park, swimming pool, and other infrastructure, improvement of the gates, fencing, and repair of the buildings inside. Then we also have a new one. Ito po yung children's playground sa Cagayan Sports Complex, 10 million. Meron pong ilalagay dyan ng mga outdoor exercise equipment. So habang naglalaro po yung inyong mga anak, pwede po kayong mag-exercise. Then, comfort rooms between the complex building, stadium, and the Bureau of Fire building, 2.2 million. We have the rubberization of the playing field, more than 11 million. And then installation of the aircon for the Coliseum and also the lights and sound system, 25 million. For that, we have 197 million plus. We also have several multipurpose buildings in the different areas. In Camalanyugan, Mayor, we have an additional 3 million for your multipurpose building. Then Capitol Compound with commissary and other important amenities, may 10 million po yan. Sa Lalo, meron po tayong multipurpose building at Bangag, 10 million with some rooms. Then at Kataggaman, Pardo, meron pong 2.5. Then another multipurpose at the back of Aran's Gymnasium, 3 million. So yan po yung mga multipurpose buildings natin. Next, we have this development of parks, resorts, and tourism development. Mga moderno pong comfort rooms. Talagang feel na feel po natin ang mga comfort rooms na yan pag yan po ay ating gagamitin. All of this will become tourist spots themselves. So at 5 million each, one at Capitol, one at Sitanga, Provincial Resort and Zoo, Nasiping, meron po sa Calao Cave, Ankiray, and Bangag Sob Capitol. With the pasalubong centers, information booth, parking areas, and landscaping, a total of 47,500,000. Then for our climate, local climate change and disaster risk reduction and management programs, projects, and activities, ito po yung summary. All of this will be integrated to our annual investment plan. For the prevention and mitigation, we have more than 36 million. Preparedness, we have more than 42 million. For the Quick Response Fund, or 30% of that, 37 million plus. So all in all, 116,176,713 for the LCC CAP and DRRM plan. We now call Mr. Bonnie Cuarteros to tell us the details of the LCC CAP and this DRRM plan.
To the Chairman of the Provincial Development Council, the Honorable Manuel Mamba, sir, and members of this august body, would like to present to you the details of the 2018 Local Climate Change and Disaster Risk Reduction PPAs. The country is facing the challenges of so-called the new normal as an effect of climate change. It is a global phenomenon that every nation now has to address and participate in. Changes breed intense weather, hotter air increases ocean evaporation. A warmer atmosphere also can hold more water, which can intensify weather events. And the Super Typhoon Lawin, an experience that cannot be forgotten, and now part of the history in the country. Heat waves are stronger, storm surges rise higher, blizzards bring more snowfall. The number of natural disasters has doubled in the past few decades. 90% of them are weather-related. These intensified episodes then can cause greater destruction to property and the loss of lives. Knowing too the existence of different hazards in our province, our locality, the province of Cagayan, has its own contribution in order to arrest and minimize the effects and impacts of natural calamities and disasters that shall make the province disaster resilient. As per PDRMC Resolution Series 2017-2, dated October 10, 2017, the list of PPAs that I will present was endorsed and approved by the Council. So here are they now. On prevention and mitigation, we have to continue and make our knowledge management center the development of DRR CCA information system with the listed below different details of the activities to be undertaken. There, as you can see in the slide and in the papers that you are holding now, another is the provision of risk transfer mechanism for our responders. We have to enroll them in health insurance for responders and frontline stakeholders. Part of our DRCCA, we have to have a review of the comprehensive land use plans and other related DRRM plans. Also on the IEC, public awareness on engineering techniques, hazard resilient infrastructure and construction, and also very important of knowing the different situations through the Provincial Climate Change Summit, and also the Climate Disaster Risk Assessment or the CDRA, in Hazard Vulnerability Assessment or the HRVA. Global warming changes climate. And human activity, mainly burning fossil fuels and chopping down forests, has caused temperature to rise worldwide. That's global warming. The warmer atmosphere triggers climate change or shifts in normal climate patterns, such deviations can result in more severe weather. The province is now in its journey of adopting climate change projects in order to address climate change issues in order to minimize its effects. One among them is the mass production of seedlings, where the province shall have its nurseries on production of bamboo seedlings and other forest trees. And this will likewise also include agricultural support programs. Next. On the community-based monitoring system, here are again very important activities for this cause. Because knowing that the very best information, the source of information, data, and risk exposures and others comes from the climate disaster risk assessment, where the data that can be produced through this project is very important. Next. Another thrust is to make the services reachable in the different strategic locations in the province. We are establishing 6 quick response stations. We will be building these different stations in the strategic locations in the province of Cagayan, a 24/7 services for all, with available 7-man team personnel every shift of duty and equipped with knowledge and skills in life savings. This will also be equipped with basic rescue equipment like emergency transport equipment, basic tools, and emergency radio telecommunications equipment, where the mentioned project underscores its integration with establishment of farm tourism and farm school in the province, because all stations shall be built in these areas as part of the development plans as earlier stated. On preparedness. So we have a total of 36,396,850 for the total for a total in the prevention and mitigation, for preparedness, on capability building, and listed as shown in the slide. The rollout of the community-based disaster risk reduction and management to 28 municipalities and including the one city, capacitation training and skills enhancement for farmers, responders, and volunteers, and especially the communities. We will build resilient communities involving the PROC system as the best way and means of preparing individuals and communities become like one, a disaster resilient community. So we will continue our early warning system. We have upgraded already our communications network, and we will continue upgrading it in order to have information, to have a line of communication with all areas province-wide. So hindi po natin dapat i-cut yung communication natin sa lahat ng sulok ng ating probinsya ng Cagayan so that we will know their situations, especially in terms of calamities, during calamities and disasters. And part of this, we are upgrading also as we have to consider backup batteries for all this communication system and other IT hardwares so that we will continue the services. And also, we are now into DRR live streaming network. We have already prepared our purchase requests for the different hardwares needed. And by 2018, we have to support this by purchasing action camera, various cameras, all-weather cameras, so that it could be used even during disasters and calamities. We could document and we could get very information and data in all the areas of the province of Cagayan. And we can watch it already through the Facebook account of the province, through the DRR live streaming network. On information, education, and campaign, we are upgrading our IEC hardware and also the materials by displaying LED monitors in strategic areas here in the province. The one will be established and mounted at the Rizal Park as proposed, and also in the provincial capital. There you could see all the different information that is needed to be addressed and given to the public. And also, we will continue the production of and development of family survival guides and flyers, and also the different signages that is needed for our projects. Next. And on upgrading of DRRM system and other DRRM SAR equipment, we will continue the purchase and procurement of vital machineries, rescue equipment, personal protective equipment, and all others that is being needed in order to support the different actions, activities of the DRRM, especially in preserving, like a vacuum packaging machine. We have to preserve the rice we purchase. Alam niyo po, hindi nagtatagal ang bigas kapag ito i-stock. So we have to package it in a way that it can, the lifespan could reach up to 6 months, hopefully. So that at times that there is an emergency, hindi na po tayo re-rektamuhin ng ating mga recipients, beneficiaries, na may amoy yung ating mga bigas. Also, rescue boats and other response recovery vehicle shall be purchased. We have to upgrade them because, as you can see, mas talo na tayo ng ibang munisipyo. Ang gaganda na ng kanilang mga response vehicle. That's why the province has to do something about it, because mobility will always support the emergency and the time response of every QRTs of the province so that we could immediately respond to the need of the people needing in emergency. On stockpiling, we have been maintaining stockpiles through our Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office. So, andyan po yung different stockpile natin. Medyo maliit lang siya, but in times of emergency, we have the QRF. We have other sources aside from this so that we could immediately augment the needs of the different LGUs. And also, when we purchase already our different facilities and equipment, we have to maintain, we have to make sure that this transport equipment and all others be in good service at all times. So serviceable siya, and it could be always used by our PRTs to assist more of the different areas in the province. And also, Animal Disease Protection and Control Program of the Provincial Veterinary. There, as you can see in the slide, Rabies Eradication Program, vaccine, disposable syringes, coolant. These are part of the proposal submitted by the Provincial Vet. And from the Office of the Provincial Agriculture, the Climate Smart Agriculture, as part of the farm school and of the farm tourism that we are now into, the season-long, the Climate Smart Agriculture or season-long training. There are courses, and some of these courses will be in collaboration with the TESDA and also with our local partners, and most especially the Office of the Provincial Agriculturist. We have this training on season-long farmers field school, on corn production, home field day, and the training on responsible aquaculture. And as part of the PSWDO proposals, we will be strengthening our camp coordination and camp management. We have now our regional evacuation center. We have 4 in the province of Cagayan. We are lucky enough because we were given 4 worth 32 million to 36 million. One is now, actually, they are building now here in just adjacent of this where we are sitting. Nandiyan sa likod ng Lead Bank yung isa. And one is sub-capital. We just had our ceremonial groundbreaking. Yes, sir. Bangag sub-capital. Andun po. One in Gonzaga also. And one in this western portion, which is in Tuao. So these are the 4 regional evacuation centers aside from the provincial evacuation centers that we are now constructing. There will be a second level of incident command system, especially participated by the response cluster of our council. So, in partnership with the PNP, different disaster risk reduction management, and other volunteers. Task for work also, we are into some activities, especially in cleaning the various canals that would help, para tuloy-tuloy yung pagdaloy ng tubig sa ating mga lugar. Communities will also be given a chance and opportunity to work for it and be given an incentive. Various warehouse equipment and also the petroleum oil and lubricants needed during calamities and disasters. And also during peacetime, as they say, because during peacetime we cannot just immediately declare the province under state of calamity. That's why we have to prepare some mobility, especially the petroleum oil and lubricants. And also the Provincial Health Office, the emergency medical supplies, first aid kits. The total on preparedness amounts to 42,118,849.10 pesos. And on response, this is very important because at times that we are not yet declared under state of calamity, we have to mobilize our responders and other disaster teams during emergency operations. So we have to we have allocated some for meals, snacks, and others that's being needed in these operations. And on relief operation also, when we are still not yet declared under state of calamity, we should have available stocks for our constituents, like emergency medicines, assorted, and also when there are equipments that we need to rent, if not available in the locality, we have allocated some amount for it. Total response amounts to 2,808,000. And on rehabilitation and recovery, the 30% of the total 5% LDRRM fund of the province is 34,853,000. It's a lump amount that could be programmed for any items that is being needed, especially if the province is declared under state of calamity. So hindi po magagalaw ito kung hindi ma-declare ng province ng state of calamity, or the national could also declare the country as state of calamity so that it could be used for its purpose. We have a total amount of 116,176,713 pesos for the total amount of the LDRRM fund for 2018. Such changing conditions, may I continue please? Such changing conditions have consequences. Coral reefs are dying, forests are crumbling, Arctic animals such as polar bears are losing the sea as they call home. We too feel the effects of climate change that threatens our agriculture, health, water supply, infrastructures, and more. No part of the world is immune. And lastly, the listed PPAs adheres to the development program of Kaganda 2025 and making the province Davas Pabarben Cagayan a renewed province and no barangay left behind in terms of making this province a disaster resilient province and these communities become one too. That ends my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Kindly go back to tab F po. We will proceed to the continuation of the revised annual investment plan. We are done with pages 1 to 10, including na po yung LCC CAP and the RRM plan. We now proceed to pages 11 up to the last page. Mukhang gutom na po kayo. So, bilisan ko na lang po. On page 11, you have their other infrastructure PPAs, 3 items po yan. Then, another is our provincial counterpart needed by the Provincial Agriculturist Office. They need 67 million more to complete the 147 million plus provincial counterpart of the provincial government para din po ito sa mga different municipalities po natin yan. Then, for Calayan Airport, we are proposing the allocation of 13 million for the purchase of lots for our land banking. Ito po yung ating international airport, 60 million, at saka yung ating rest areas. Mabanggit ko lang po, one time DDT called me, sabi niya, bigyan mo ako ng isang oras and you tell me kung totoo ba na insertion yung ating purchase of lot or international airport. Liliwanagin ko lang po, Yung international airport, nandyan po sa Kaganda 2025. During the May 31 PDC meeting, if you listen to the opening remarks, welcome remarks of our provincial governor, he stated clearly that he is proposing for the establishment of the international airport to be constructed at the tri-boundary of Solana, Piat, and Tuao. Hindi po sa Tuao. Dito po sa tri-boundary of the 3 municipalities. And for the information of the body, I have presented this proposal already before the Infrastructure Development Committee, Regional Development Council last April 20. So more than 1 month before the holding of the PDC last May 31. So that is not an insertion for your information. Then for the development assistance for the city and the 28 municipalities, as promised, 3 million po yan, hindi po 1 million lang. So you were the ones who had chosen the infrastructure projects. Purely infrastructure lang po. For the mayors, may we ask them to go over the pages, over the list, and tell us if that is already the final title of your project proposal. Because the PFC and the provincial accountant had a meeting, we are not going to allow anymore the reprogramming or realignment of your 3 million or financial assistance once granted. Yan na po. Kaya kung babaguhin nyo po, kindly give us your new title, your new proposal, and the Secretariat will reflect that in our revised AIP. Then yung next page po yan, nandyan po yung other infrastructure. Bala 29 po, times 3, 87 million for the city and the towns. Then next, we also have the proposal from our provincial engineer for the purchase of brand new equipment. Doon sa ating updated PDIP, 163 million po. Inutusan po kami ni Gov na mag-recanvas at may mga mas mabababa na po ang prices dyan para magkasya yung ating pera. Ito ay 159.8 na po yan. Then the last one is of course the last portion, the integration of the LCC CAP and the RRM plan. So those are the PPAs under our revised annual investment plan for the consideration for the approval of this body. Sir.
Well, we have always been very transparent. If you have any questions sa lahat ng mga nakapropose dito, hindi ko mapagsabay-sabay lahat ng request, but we try to accommodate as much as possible lahat ng pwedeng ma-accommodate. Anyway, sabi ko nga, we still have 2019 na magpropose naman tayo for 2019. And I will promise you that, sabi ko nga, all our provincial roads will be funded for concreting in the 2019 budget. Yes, sir.
Napansin ko kanina, marami po tayong district hospital. Meron, mga 3 ata o 4. Meron sa bayan ng Camaranyugan that will cater the lower municipalities of the province of Cagayan. Ay napapansin ko lang po sa government hospital compare sa private hospital, dun sa Matilde Olivas Hospital, parang kulang pa ata tayo ng mga kagamitan. Kasi yung mga pasyente, kapag hindi na nila kaya doon dahil yung mga equipment nila, medical equipment nila, wala. I-refer sila sa private hospital o sa district hospital. Mas lalong lalaki na naman yung gastos ng mga pobre natin mga pasyente na hindi maka-afford na magpagamot sa private hospital. Ang suggestion ko lang sana, sir, doon, kahit sa Matilde District Hospital, kumpleto natin yung mga medical equipment na gaya kung ano yung nasa private hospital dito sa Tuguegarao, yun sana i-equip natin doon para yung mga pobre natin, mga pasyente galing sa downstream municipalities of Cagayan, accommodate doon, lessen yung burden sa kayong pamasahe ng mga pamasahe nila, gastos nila, at least makatulong pa tayo sa mga pobreng hospital. Kasi yung nakaka-afford ng mga private hospital, yung mayayaman lang. Yung mga dinadala sa government hospital, yan yung mga pobre. Based on my observation, kasi halos araw-araw maraming pumupunta sa aking opisina, humihingi ng tulong kahit man lang yung pang-fuel ng ambulansya. Wala na sila. Paano pa yung pangbayad nila sa pagpagamot nila pag nasa Tuguegarao na sila? Kaya sana, gaya ng nasabi nyo kanina, marami pa tayong budget, mga bilyon pa, bigyan natin ng kahit konti lang para makompleto yung mga medical equipment sa Matilde Olivas Hospital. Maraming salamat po, sir.
Una-una, no? lahat ng ambulansya natin walang bayad. Pera lang kung ayaw nila yung basta referral, walang bayad. Yan ang policy natin. Basta halimbawa, pumasok siya at magpa-transfer dahil because of a referral, hindi natin kaya, walang bayad yan. Unless ayaw niya magpa-transfer siya, yun, kumukuha sila ng bayad. Pero all others, ang policy natin is walang bayad.
Sir, sabi nila, yung mga ambulansya nyo doon, more than 1,000 natang hinihingi para sa fuel eh. Kaya pumupunta nga sila sa akin dahil humihingi sila ng pang-fuel.
May I get the reaction of the Provincial Health Officer because that's our policy. Now, I want you to know, sa Kamalanyugan, sa Matilde, I just preventively suspended 3 of your physicians dahil may allegations na pandaraya sa PhilHealth. 45 days of preventive suspension na binigay ko sa kanila. They are now under investigation. And I don't want to prejudge it. Pero under investigation yung 3 doktor niyo doon, including the chief of hospital. And sabi ko nga, because I kept on telling them na huwag niyong dayain ang PhilHealth. Dahil yung PhilHealth ang bumubuhay sa inyong ospital. Yung dating hindi nakakabayad na ngayon. Yung dating wala kayong professional fee, meron na ngayon. That is why. And ang policy namin, walang babayaran. Pero could you explain that? May I also, can I have the accountant? Dahil pinakuha ko lahat ang trust fund ng bawat hospital. Can you give me the trust fund of every hospital coming from their PhilHealth income? I asked si Gina. Nasa ba si Gina? Ha? Ito gawin ko, Mayor, para alam nyo. Ang MOOE, ang outlay ng bawat hospital, manggagaling sa PhilHealth nila. How much do we have now sa PhilHealth as a trust fund? I have the treasurer, yung totality of the PhilHealth. 104 million yung meron na. This will be prorated depende sa income ng bawat isang hospital. And this will be their MOOE and their outlay. Yung PS nila is taken care of by our GAA or our appropriations or budget. Yung MOOE nila and the outlay will come from the 104 million. Part of that maybe pwede natin gawin trust fund and part of that will be budgeted for the MOOE and the outlay. Because ang gusto ko, yung income nila will stay with them para ma-improve nila unti-unti yung mga pangangailangan nila. Nakita nyo naman, lahat ng chief of hospital natin tinanggal ko where they usually were assigned for so many years. Ang nangyari, gumawa sila ng mga negosyo nila, pati butika kanila. Nakita nyo naman, nag-close lahat ng mga butika na yan. All because transfer po ng chief of hospitals, yung butika, punong-puno na ng kanilang mga medisina. Walang rason na bumili pa sila outside sa hospital. That is what I did in the last 1 year that I've been your governor. In fact, consignment na lahat yan. And may I get the reaction of our Provincial Health Officer?
Mr. Chair and members of the Provincial Development Council, good afternoon po. Bali, I will take this opportunity po to give some of the simple policies of our hospitals para maintindihan po natin para hindi pupunta yung mga constituents natin sa mga mayors at maghihingi ng kanilang tulong para sa health nila. First, doon sa ambulance service kanina, kagaya na nasabi ng ating butihing gobernador, pag yung kaso is for referral, ibig sabihin hindi kaya ng hospital natin, automatic free lahat. Pero pag yung kaso is kaya ng hospital natin, pero gusto ng pasyente na magpa-transfer, sa ibang ospital, yun yung babayaran niya yung krudo. And hindi 1,000 lahat yan. It depends upon the distance of the hospital to CBMC. Kasi usually CBMC. Now, in the case of the ER and OPD, hindi po libre yung gamot natin kasi consignment siya. So, ibig sabihin, pag sa OPD ka or sa ER, babayaran yung gamot na gagamitin. Kasi consignment yun eh. We have to pay the consignors with the income coming from the consignment. So yung purely na libre dito, so yung word na libre is yung inpatient na 4-piece, point of care, sponsored, definitely no balance billing. Pero yung pasyente na private or inpatient na walang PhilHealth, babayaran pa rin yung gamot and medical supplies coming from the consignment. Pero yung room, professional fee, and everything, libre din yun. So, sana klaro sa atin yun, yung patakaran na yun. Then, we allowed also the people in the community to buy in our pharmacy. Because if you will look at the prices of the medicine inside the pharmacy, ng hospital natin, it is 3 times to 10 times lower than outside. And that is the very reason why if you see, pari before, there are 3 pharmacies in front, doon sa Matilde, 2 sa harapan, and isa sa side, lahat yon sarado na. Because mura yung gamot ng hospital natin. Now doon, Mayor, sa first question nyo kanina, there are 3 levels, in fact 4 levels of care. Yung infirmary, para ka-RHU yan. Yung lahat ng hospital natin na 8, except Santa Ana, Gataran, Alcala, and Badgao, which are infirmary, lahat na is level 1. So may hangganan lang yung care natin. Higher than that, level 2 na, which is Ronald Guzman, Divine Mercy, and St. Paul. And level 3 is CBMC. So pag pang level 2 at saka pang level 3 yung care, talagang i-refer natin yun. So that's why we are planning to make Matilde as our provincial hospital as level 2. Pero yung ang problema natin, sabi natin chairman earlier, doon pa lang sa existing na hospital operations natin, kung facility, the province can help doon sa DOH, equipment, in fact, even with the consignment, nakasama sa consignment, ordinance na rin ang equipment. Pwede rin yun. Yung manpower. So, ang manpower, it's not only the simple, let's say, staff na kailangan natin, yung specialty. Yan ang problema natin. Ang hirap kumuha ng specialist. So, what we do is MOA, Memorandum of Agreement with consultants para makuha lang natin yung level 2 na care. So, we are trying ngayon for that, lalo na sa North. Because in-identify natin ang Matilde as our provincial hospital. So we will do that so that magawa natin yun. Yung sabi niyo kanina, that it would be lesser for our constituents to spend for their healthcare. In fact, kaya nga naglagay ang ating buting gobernador yung Animal Bite Center ngayon sa Banc. Because if you could, yung Santa Praxedes, Santa Ana, if you go to Tuguegarao, that is 200 na yung pamasahe. Kung dalawa yan, kakain ng breakfast and lunch dito sa Tuguegarao or along the way. Now, yung presence ng Animal Bite Center natin sa Banc, 100 na lang yung Santa Praxedes siguro and Santa Ana, and you could eat your breakfast in your house, go for a 20-minute immunization, then go back for lunch in the same house. So, ang laking bagay po yun. Okay, thank you po.
Unti-unti lang, Mayor. Makita pa naman, I've been your governor for just 1 year. Makita nyo how it improved. Give me another 2 years. Makita nyo how the services of our hospitals have improved. No, sabi ko nga, I will never allow yung kalokohan. Sa totoo lang, sa lahat ng hospital natin nakapaskil doon, yung itawag mo or i-text mo kay governor. So kahit pinakamaliit na, sabi ko nga sa inyo, kahit hindi lang mag-smile yung nurse, in-text mo sa akin. Natuto na yung mga tao natin magreklamo. And I think all the mayors and all the barangay captains know that now. In fact, yung mga nare-raid na illegal logging, yung nare-raid na yung nakukuha ng mga chainsaw. Sa totoo lang, ako nagpaparade dahil tinetext ng mga tao sa akin. Ang masama, yung mayor na yung nagre-reklamo, bakit daw nare-raid yung chainsaw? Bawal na. Pero I will not stop because they tell me pag ganun. And I think everybody is learning from it also. Pati rin kami, tinetext din kami, minumura din kami dito. Sabi ko nga, I gave my number para magreklamo kayo. I gave your number para murahin nyo rin ako pag may pagkakamali ako. And I'm willing to change. And I'm willing to adjust. I think this is the best. If I were you, you do it too. Makikita nyo kung may nagagalit sa inyo sa mga tao nyo. Sa totoo lang. Makikita nyo, it's the best feedback mechanism. I don't have to ask them kung sino sila. Sa totoo lang. And ito yung nagsasabi sa akin kung mali yung ginagawa ko. Siguro, kahit kung bad breath ako, sasabihin nila dito, bad breath ka. And I am advising you to do it. Because this is the best feedback mechanism that you could have from your people. Importante lang is willing kayong mag-adjust when there's something wrong sa mga kinupa nila. And most of the time, basta kayo complain sila, alam nyo naman yan, tinetext back ko sa inyo. Bahala na kayo kung anong kwan nyo. And sometimes, I do the explaining when you explain it to me. Tinetext back ko sa kanila. Ito explanation ni Mayor. Ito explanation ng NARS. Ito explanation ng Chipo. Because I think this is the best way na ma-improve natin yung facilities, ma-improve natin yung services, ma-improve natin yung mga ugali ng mga tao natin. Remember this, yung perang sweldo natin galing sa mga tao. And I believe that this is so much appreciated sa mga tao. Kahit yung mga, alam ni PD yan, tinetext ko sa kanya, minsan siya pa yung nagre-rate na. Pero it's helping us a lot. And sa tingin ko, when they see the credible talaga itong ginagawa natin, everybody will have the feedback mechanism. And along the way, may improve natin yung situation. So, any more questions? Any more questions? So, yes, Mayor.
Thank you, sir, and good afternoon. Under the Development Assistance for LGUs, the allocation of 3 million in my municipality, sir, is the installation of Santa Praxedes water system and the construction of box culvert along Centro 2 San Juan Waka roads. Because it is stated only here, sir, that the installation for a water system only. To make it 3 million, sir.
Sige, we'll change that. I-combo na lang dito na yan para yun na isubmit natin.
Thank you so much, sir.
So kasi we need the PDC, no? Kung hindi pa final ito, we need another PDC para i-change natin lahat ito mga ito. Yes,
clarification lang, sir, kay Ma'am Elisa again. Itong nakalagay dito na 2018 priority PPAs para sa munisipyo na 3 million, ang naka-identify na po dito yung in-identify namin for 2017. Yung 3 million for 2018, wala pa ho. Hindi pa kayo humingi ng identification ng project. Di ho ba? Wala pa. Wala pa. Kasi yung mga identified projects dito sa 2018 were the same projects we proposed for 2017, sir. So, in other words, hindi pa kami nagsasubmit ng 2018, another 3 million for 2018, di ba? Yan, thank you very much. Yan lang, sir.
so please update nyo, no? We have different for 2017 And different na naman sa 2018.
Yes, for a
No.
total of 6 million.
Yes, bali 6 million yun.
Yeah, thank
For
you, sir.
every ton, 6 million.
Thank you, thank you.
Tsaka, yung mga nakasubmit ng concreting ng provincial road, huwag nyo nang isubmit yung provincial road. Doon sa 3 million nyo, tatapusin natin ang provincial road. Just a matter of time. No, kasi may mga towns na ang sinabit nila for concreting provincial road. Hindi, kasama yun doon sa kwan. We will see to it na lahat yan, unti-unti, mapakukongreto natin. So, if I were you, maglagay kayo sa iba. Iba. Imagine niyo pag natapos natin ang provincial roads natin, we could go to the municipal roads, we could go to the farm to market road. Makakatulong talaga ako dyan pag natapos na natin ang mga provincial roads. Any more? Wala na? So, gutom na tayo. Do I have any more? Yes, Vice. Vice. Malapit ka rin siguro mag-Vice. Board member, yes.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. I just want to inform each and everyone, the members of the PDC, that in my capacity as member of the Provincial Board of Cagayan, I would like to inform that the budget is now moving and we have already approved the LDIP or the PDIP. And in principle also, we have already approved the AIP. And hopefully, magpalakpak naman kayo. And hopefully, by next Thursday, simultaneously with the executive budget. And hopefully, it will be deliberated and approved before the end of the month. And I'm also taking this opportunity. I hope the ILG is here. This is in connection with the Kalsada. Because this is the 2016 budget. And I think there was a request for extension, sir. And I'm afraid because it's already October and hopefully we will submit and approve sooner the supplemental budget because I think without our counterpart, baka maapektuhan yung 2017 natin. That's why we will make a strong representation to the members of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan. And by Thursday, I have to manifest because I think time is of the essence here. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, board.
Yes, sir. Sa page 13 nga po pala, dagdag po namin ito yung letter F, Development Assistance or Aid to Barangays. 788 po yung entitled ng 500,000. Meron pong 32 barangays dyan at 700 each. May we remind you again, yung 32 barangays of Tuaw po, hindi po sila nabigyan ng 200,000 each in the year 2016. Kaya 500 plus 200, para mabuo na po yung 700. Thank you po.
Hindi po dagdag ng Tuaw yun. No? Hindi nila binigyan ng last administration. Lahat ng barangays binigyan nila sa buong Cagayan except Tuaw. Unfair naman kung pati yung Tuaw ngayon wala rin makuha. Tiga Tuaw po yung governor. No? Ako, I will assure you na walang politika ito. Lahat mabibigyan. Yung politika sa eleksyon na lang. But for these ones, lahat mabibigyan. All barangays, all towns, pare-pareho muna. Ang importante lang dito is every one of us gets a share also from the provincial coffers. So yes, ma'am. Mayor Sacramet of Sanchez Mira.
Good morning to and fellow members of the Provincial Development Council. Are we made to understand that there are still barangays in our municipality who have not received their 200, will also receive 700?
No, this is what we will do. No? Kasi ang requirement natin is liquidation. Kaya
Yes,
mga
po.
talagang hindi makaka-liquidate. Ang gagawin namin is i-obligate namin yun. I-obligate namin pag hindi kaya dahil hindi makaliquidate yung barangay, we may either implement, the province will implement, or the municipality for the barangay. Kasi may mga barangays tayong hindi makaliquidate sa mga kinuha nila mga pera. So napaka-importante kasi because our accounting division do not want any funds going to the barangay if he has not liquidated the funds given to him in the past. Ganun din yung towns natin. No? Kung hindi kayo makaliquidate, I'm really sorry, the province will implement yung 3 million or 6 million. Kasi may mga towns din na hindi rin makaliquidate up to now. Siguro, it's just a matter of, oras lang na ibigay nila. Hindi mawawala ho yung 3 million nyo. Kaya lang, yung implementation will not be by you kung hindi nyo maliquidate yung nasa province. Any other? Yes, Mayor. Si Mayor Garcia of Santa Teresita.
Good afternoon to everyone. Sa bayan po ng Santa Teresita, sabihin ko rin po, for the last 3 years during the term of the previous governor, lahat din po ng barangay ko ay hindi rin po kami naka-receive. And then, pero my concern po ngayon is for the provincial engineer. Kasi po, yung naka-program po yata ng province when it comes to concreting of roads is still 5 meters. Hindi pa ba ma-upgrade yan na maging 6 meters? Kasi ngayon, ang national, DPWH especially, 6 meters na talaga ang lawak ng roads. Pero ang provincial budget is still 5 meters at 6 inches yata yung road, ang kapal.
6 meters, 9 inches.
5 inches, 5 meters pa
No,
rin po.
6.
Kasi
Sa provincial
itong
road.
aking last po namin na assistance to municipalities na pondo po, nag-submit kami ng program of works based doon sa DPWH na program nila na kasama pa pati mga slope protection. At allowed po kami noon sa nitong pag-implement kasi ang sinunod is provincial budget na 10 million to 1 kilometer, which is 5 meters lang yung lawak ng road. So, dinis-approve po yung aming program of works na 6 meters. Kasi 5 meters lang daw ang province.
Okay. Ma'am, actually, it is true na marami pa rin kaming provincial roads that has a width of 5 meters wide lang. Depende kasi po, ma'am, yung kung ano yung available road right of way. Now, in the case of yung may napondohan.
Ganito na lang. We will not have that. I will not allow that to happen anymore. Let us have 6 and 9 inches.
Yes po. Ma-upgrade
Let
na lang
us
yung
have 6 and 9.
Okay.
Wala na yung...
national.
Kasi kalokohan yan, yung iba-iba yung gagawin natin. Huwag mo na lang sementohan kung iba.
Okay.
Diba?
That's
Kasi may mga palusot dyan pag ganun.
Ganun nga po ang nangyari kasi halimbawa po. May
When
pumasok
was
na-
this? Under my administration na?
Yes po.
Ano yun? Saan yun?
Ako po, yung
Saan yun?
yung aming sinabmit po namin sa under po ng assistance to LGUs from DILG po na pundo. So, ang pinapunduhan po namin is yung Masi Road. Ngayon, nag-submit kami ng program of works na based doon sa DPWH na 6 meters, dinis-allow po ng kasi under the provincial program daw po is only 5 meters.
Dito sa amin, ma'am, kayo?
As far as our office is concerned, Mayor, wala pa po kaming ongoing na concreting sa munisipyo ninyo.
Hindi po sa inyo. Ibig ko lang sabihin po, i-call ko lang yung attention na sana yung laki ng roads, mag-align sana sa national, kasi ang national 6 meters na ngayon.
No.
Pero ang province is 5
Ayun,
meters pa rin
ang
yan.
national is much thicker.
Thicker, and then ang
And
hawa pa po
much,
niya is
ang
6
width much
meters.
bigger.
Pero ang province pa rin po yata is still 5 meters ang program
No.
nila.
All provincial roads na ngayon is 6 meters and 9 inches.
Hindi
Basta
po.
provincial
Kasi
road.
yun ang namin ito lang, in-implement ko po ngayon na yung
Kaya
assistance.
baka sa BUB yun, not the province.
Hindi po sa BUB. Bali po, yung PAN po, galing po sa DILG, pero
Not the province.
yes po, pero ang kanilang ginawang basis ng program of works is based on the province na only 5 meters lang daw. Kaya isinauli yung aming program of works kasi dapat provincial budget daw 5 meters lang. So
Basta sa atin, basta provincial road, no? Let's make it na kwan. Basta sa provincial roads, hindi ko i-allow yung less than 6 meters and less than 9 inches.
Magulo po. Para maintindihan po ng lahat, yung sinasabi po ni Mayor Garcia na standard po ng BUB, now Assistance to Municipalities. Noong 2017 po, na budget ng BUB o ADM dati, Assistance to Advantage Municipality, hindi po sila naging particular kung ano ang width o length ng thickness ng program po ng BUB. But for 2018 po, Mr. Governor, nagbigay na po sila ng specification na dapat 6 meters at saka yung kapal po 8 meters. So ibig pong sabihin, 8 inches. 9 na. So ibig sabihin, in-upgrade na po yung standard ngayon ng BUB, which we have a little problem from our other municipalities po dahil ang barangays po usually napupunta itong BUB na ito o Assistance to Municipalities. Ang problema po, ang nakalaan po na barangay road lang po ng mga munisipyo in Santo Niño or maybe other municipalities is 5 meters lang po. Kaya siguro we will ask for reconsideration sa program na ibinigay ng national government po, yung mga assistance to municipalities, na hindi kaya ng mga barangays po ito dahil hindi nakalaan yung 6 meters po sa lahat ng barangays na nakukompletohin namin. Wala pong problema sa provincial po ito. Nabanggit lang po ni Mayor Garcia na daw na may rason na yung DPWH o National Office Agency na sundin yung provincial government specification na hindi po obra kung ang kokongkretin po natin ay provincial road. Yes, we have to follow the specification of the provincial road specification o kaya yung national road specification. Pero pagdating po sa assistance to municipalities, na konkretuhin po natin ay barangay, hindi po obra. And I hope one day, itong mga taga-DILG, I hope we can work it out na dapat we have to concrete, yun lang pwedeng nabigyan ng dati ng road right of way po ng barangays, which is 4 meters po to 5 meters. Kaya wala pong problema sa provincial na programa, kundi ang problema po namin yung bagong inihulog po na specification ng assistance to municipalities from the DILG na 6 meters daw po at 9 inches ang we can go with the thickness, yes sir, Mr. Chairman, we can go with the thickness. But for the width, hindi na namin kaya dahil kahit saan ka pumunta na barangay, puro 4 meters o 5 meters lang ang with na allocated sa road right of way. Salamat po.
Thank you so much. Any more? Yes, Pak. Yes, Mayor Ferdi.
Good afternoon, sir. We have previously submitted a request also for the replacement of our identified project for 2018. We have submitted last September 14, but it was not agad-taban. So I'm reiterating our request for the replacement of what we have previously requested. I will submit it to you afterwards. And before we adjourn, Mr. Chairman,